A Chinese model just beat Claude Fable 5 on a public leaderboard at exactly one thing, and the internet decided that means it beats it at everything. So I spent 2 days checking what people have actually built with it, and I ran my own test on the other side. Receipts first, verdict at the end. Okay, so, Kimi K3. Moonshot AI dropped it on July 16th. 2.8 trillion parameters, a 1 million token context window, and the full open weights land July 27th. That part is real, and it is a big deal. But before we get to what people built, here is how this channel checks things. Every leaderboard you see is a live pull from my machine. Every build is credited to the person who made it, and when a demo turns out to be the company's own marketing, I say so on screen. Because on this launch, that last one matters a lot. First, the one thing. On the front-end code arena, real developers vote blind on which model builds the better interface. When I pulled it, Kimi K3 sat at number 1, 1677, with Fable 5 at 1649. The gap moves as votes come in, but the ranking has held. So yes, the headline is true. A free open model out of Beijing is currently ranked above the most expensive frontier model on Earth at building web interfaces. That one thing is real. Hold that thought, because the full picture comes later. Now the fun part, what people actually built. See, the best one I found is a game console. Someone on X typed one prompt and got a whole retro handheld in the browser, and then played a visual novel on it. Credit on screen. That is their build, not mine. And to be fair, I could not verify the exact prompt they used. But the thing runs, and it looks genuinely great. Then there is Simon Willison, who runs the same test on every model. He asks for an SVG of a pelican riding a bicycle, and then asks the model to grade its own drawing. K3 passed, and here is my favorite receipt of the whole week. The entire run cost him 25 cents. 16,000 output tokens, 25 cents. And then there are the demos everyone is sharing. The 48-hour autonomous chip design run, the trailer it edited for itself from 56 clips, real talk. Both of those are Moonshot's own demos from Moonshot's own launch page. They are impressive, and the chip one even moved stock prices. But most people sharing them as look what someone built do not mention that the someone is the company selling the model. So when you see them here, they carry a label, which brings us to my test. Their console was built with K3, so I gave Fable 5 the same kind of brief on my machine. One prompt, a retro handheld console, a working cartridge system, 2 playable games, 1 single file, no frameworks. 17 minutes later, I had Fable Boy Micro, 40 kilobytes, a power switch, a boot animation, and 2 games that actually play. There is the score going up in Brickbuster Live, and for speed, a simpler one-shot. A neon pong with a demo mode took 104 seconds. So no, Fable 5 has not forgotten how to build front ends. Which honestly makes the arena result more interesting, not less. Blind voters still preferred K3's output. That is worth sitting with. Now the full picture I promised. On the overall independent rankings, the ones that average across many kinds of work, Fable 5 is still number 1, and Kimi K3 sits third. Third out of every model on Earth as an open release is genuinely remarkable. But third is not first. Beat it at one thing is the true sentence. Beats Claude is not, and one honest meh while we are here. I tried the actual Kimi app, and between the hype and the compute crunch, the company even paused new signups for a while. The model is ahead of the infrastructure right now, so here is where I land. If you build web interfaces, K3 earned a real spot on your bench, and the price is $3 in, 15 out, per million tokens, roughly 5 times cheaper than the Frontier. If you need the strongest all-round model, the rankings have not changed. And if you can run open weights, July 27th is the date that matters, because that is when the biggest open model ever released actually lands in your hands. Most people will share the leaderboard screenshot and move on. You now know exactly which line of it is true. Try one of these builds yourself this weekend. The console prompt is a great starter. Then tell me in the comments, what is the one task where you would actually switch models? Best answer gets pinned. I check one of these launches every single week, so subscribe. And the like genuinely helps more than you think. This is Predir. Receipts, not hype.